Klara McDonnell is in. She's been here a couple of times. How's things getting on?
It's my third time.
Oh yeah. How's things getting on with yourself?
Great, getting back into the swing of things with the new year and all that.
Good stuff indeed. And you've been playing in a band the last couple of months. It's kind of going well or not so well.
Yeah, it's just slowly coming together. It's basically myself and Sean Cray from the Hi-Fi Junkies. We're co-writing songs together. And it's male and female vocals. And we did a few gigs, not many. We did a gig for Occupy Dame Street, their Christmas party, which is a bit random. Supporting a good cause, I suppose. We did that before Christmas. And we're recording on Friday. Looking for more musicians, as always.
Okay, so you're looking for drummers and bass players and all sorts.
Well, we have a bassist we jam with, but I think he's moving to France.
Okay, that's a shame, isn't it?
Everybody getting out with the recession.
Oh, absolutely indeed.
Yeah.
Are you also recording some of your own material as well?
I have to get back to it because I had the bones of an album recorded and I just have to get back and finish everything.
Yeah. So it's tough. It's tough business, isn't it?
Do you know what it is? It's funding it. And I noticed a lot of musicians actually in the last year are doing that fundit.ie site thing. Where you ask your fans and your friends basically to help fund your album, like donate maybe 50 cents or €1, whatever they have. So if it comes down to it, I might actually start doing that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Actually, if you're coming along to the Songwriter Club on Saturday, you might actually
give some ideas.
Give people information about that funding idea, because that seems like an interesting idea.
Oh, you haven't heard of it?
No, I haven't heard of it. Maybe some of the others have heard
myself, but I'm on a lot of mailing lists for different bands, from going to the singer-songwriter scene and meeting loads of different musicians. And I'm on mailing lists where I'd get emails off people saying, please help me fund my album. And I'm thinking, who is this person? And then I remember actually I went to their gig before and they're really good. But it's a good way to go about things. Because recording costs are way down, but with the recession, people still can't afford to record an album, duplicate it and put it out there. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of it, but maybe some people are, but it'd be great to give out some information on that indeed. So obviously, we were mentioning about, there was some gig you did last year, which I sort of contacted Noel about or something. I was trying to remember what it was all about. I basically got a phone.
It was a support slot.
It was a support slot, yeah.
Yeah, in the Academy 2 stage. It was amazing, and I actually played it with Sean Cray, and it was great, brilliant experience. So thanks to yourself and thanks to Noel Taylor for that. Yeah,
it was kind of funny because he just rang me on a Saturday afternoon. Do you know of anybody? I'm really, my head's muddled. I can't think of anyone. It took me a couple of minutes to think, and then I texted him 1 or 2 numbers, and just thought of you then. And it so happened to be, because last minute, how do you get people for a gig at the last minute? It's kind of tricky, I find. Anyway.
Yeah.
Random last minute stuff. Anyway, indeed. So you enjoyed playing the Ballyfermot Rocks last year, did you?
I have to say I loved it, and I hope it's going to come back this year. I really do, because it's a great experience, great vibe, really great to meet other musicians and to have a crowd listening to you so much. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a really great day, and we haven't really spoken about it yet, but we'll see what happens in the coming months. So hopefully we'll be doing something similar anyway, so it should be good. Now, we were talking about The Voice of Ireland. I know you probably haven't watched that much. Yeah. I haven't watched that much of it either. Now I've kind of watched back on the RTE player, whatever. But what do you think of the concept? Seems like a good idea, doesn't it?
The concept seems brilliant, and I don't really know what to say about it because I've only seen clips of different singers, and I can only comment on those few singers that I've seen on YouTube. Jessica Pritzel, her voice is amazing, and I'm really glad that she got through. Other than that, I don't really know much about it. The concept is so good, because usually in those shows it's purely image based. Like we'll let this person through because they're really young and beautiful, or we'll let this person through, like Susan Boyle, because they're not the norm, and it's kind of like the shock factor. Wow, this person who isn't kind of conventionally beautiful, they can actually sing. So yeah, it's refreshing, I suppose.
Yeah,
the concept.
They're not easy on the eye, isn't that kind of the concept there? That you don't have to pick someone that's easy on the eye. It's all about listening to the voice, I
don't know, but I haven't seen the trailer. I think a lot of them are easy on the eye.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the format is supposed to be purely judged on the voice, and I do like the idea of it.
Yeah.
The idea of the format. Yeah.
It's interesting as well that there's a few known people in the actual competition as well. And
yeah.
It's interesting, and even the judges know who they are. Okay, we mentioned about Tara Blaze and Kelly Blaze and a few other people.
I saw the YouTube clip of Tara Blaze, and yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah. That
she was that known and they didn't realise it was her.
Yeah. Well, it was hard to know, but anyway, I'm sure I'm sure she'll be back singing songs in no time and whatever. She is a good artist, but
yeah, she's a great songwriter.
She is. It's very strange to see some established singers actually taking part in the competition, and they're looking for a way to find a second chance at it as well, which is kind of a strange one, isn't it? Whereas I know, like, we talked about Jessica Pritzl, like, I mean, she's been in here and she's done the concert and all. And the funny thing about that is she actually sang Billie Jean at Ballyfermot Rock, so that was obviously... I
was there and I was really impressed
with that. So that was a helping lead for her to practice that, then going into the voice forum. But interesting with her, like, I mean, she's only 21 and she hasn't recorded songs or played many gigs.
I think she's a lot younger than 21, actually.
No, she is 21.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. So, but it's kind of interesting, like, she doesn't have songs and she hasn't gigged much, so I think letting her into the competition is a great idea. I think other people, that have more experience, it might be unfair with them against her, and, like, there was a couple of good male singers as well on it last week, and so there was different...
Anyone famous?
No, not really, no. But just, it's an interesting concept, the show, so it'll be interesting to see what happens over the coming weeks and months with that. I think it was interesting as well with Jessica Pritzl. She seemed to have been wearing the shortest pants she could find. What did you notice that?
I didn't notice that. I have to say, like, I do love wearing really short skirts and hot pants, and I was totally oblivious to it. I just thought she looked great. She sounded great.
She did, yeah.
But I suppose I'm not a man.
Yeah, I just spotted that.
Maybe all the male viewers noticed that. I didn't.
Yeah. Did you notice Brian Kennedy and Paul Martin? Did you hear about that fight?
Oh my God, come dine with me.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually saw it. Yeah. Do you think it was real?
It seems a bit real, yeah. Or I think they're making too much of it, aren't they, really? It's interesting, isn't it? I think some people are kind of against Paul Martin for stuff that he writes in the newspaper, don't they?
I have to say, I seem really ignorant, but I don't actually read his column. Who does he write for?
He writes for the Mirror.
Oh, right. That explains it, really.
Yeah, I don't think many people read the Mirror, do they, somehow?
No.
Okay, we'll move away from all the topics that are going on.
Sorry, because once I start, I just won't stop.
Yeah, I know. Tell us about the acting and stuff. You're still doing that at the moment, are you?
Yeah, I'm still acting, and actually, God, I didn't really do much music stuff in the last year because it was mostly acting. I did a play in the Fringe Festival called Love Songs for Losers. That was a new play, and that might tour. And I got to sing in that, which was really cool. And in March, a feature film I was in is going to premiere in a film festival in the States. I actually can't remember the name of the film festival, which is really shocking, but it's in San Jose. And then hopefully it's going to go on to loads of other film festivals all over the world.
Well, it's not Cannes Film Festival, no.
That's in France.
That's in France. Yeah, that's not the,
and it's not Tribeca. I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of like the 8 big ones in the world. And the movie anyway is called Portrait of a Zombie. And the website for that is www.portraitofazombie.com, and it's basically about like flesh-eating zombies coming to Finglas and overtaking Dublin. And
what's your leading role in that?
I'm a woman who works in a morgue, but who also has a zombie fetish.
Okay.
And I have relations, so to speak, with zombies. But you don't see anything. It's all just implied. It's a mockumentary. And yeah, very funny. Yeah.
Great. So what actually happens to you then in that?
God, that would be telling. I'm just supporting cast, but yeah, God, I can't really spoil anything.
Okay. You know. But so when is the film actually out then?
Well, the director Bing Bailey, he was saying he hopes to get it into Irish cinemas for October for Halloween, so that'd be great. It's going around all film festivals before then.
So it is a scary movie, yeah.
It's very scary. That's what I'm telling people to check out the trailer online. Portrait of a Zombie. Check it out.
Very scary stuff, yes, indeed, yeah.
A lot of blood.
Oh, God.
Eyes popping out. Yep.
Deadly. And is there any other acting that's been going on or going on in the past that you haven't told us about?
I did a short film that is going to be on TGCar, I think this Sunday or next Sunday. And, oh, God, my Irish is just so bad. It's called Moving Statue, but in Irish. Is it Delv Bio or?
I'm not too sure. I'll have to check the RT guide on that one.
I'm sure there's loads of people listening right now laughing at me, but anyway. So yeah, that's what I've been up to acting wise anyway. Okay,
so that's interesting. TG Car. So and you're actually speaking Australian?
Oh no, it was all totally mimed. It's it's a silent film.
Oh, it's a silent film.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's no subtitles or anything on that, no?
No, there's just background music. It's a love story about a busker who's like a statue, moving statue. on Talbot Street of all places. It was actually really hard to film there because you wouldn't really know, but Talbot Street's quite a dangerous street for filming anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I won't really go into it on the radio, but like, you know, people kind of doing dodgy dealings outside a spa and filming this, are you? Like, this isn't going on RT. And we're like, no. It's not. This is just a little film, like a little love story. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Just going back to your mention about recording and stuff. Obviously, like, you need funding and stuff for it. Would you actually think about busking even with Sean or anything?
I have done the whole busking thing, and God, I keep meaning to get back into it because I do read a lot on Facebook. So many people, even quite established people, are getting back into busking. I did it for 2 years when I lived in Germany to pay the bills, literally. It was very, very good. Here, a lot of it is the weather. It rains or the wind and your case goes flying down the street. But yeah, I have to get back into it.
Yeah, because I was reading on Facebook today that Sarah Lou is taking on busking today in Grafton Street. So
I think I read that as well, actually. That was one of the people I saw.
Yeah, so I think that just came into my head now for today's show.
So somebody will have to go out there and wave to her and give her some money.
I think it's very tough as well because people can walk by or stand there and admire, but they don't actually give you any money. Isn't that the tough thing? Yeah,
well, somebody was telling me that they did it a few weeks ago and it's gone a lot harder than it used to be. It used to be that people would drop like €1 or €2 into your case. And now people film you with their iPhones or they take a picture, listen to you for a bit, and they walk on and that's that. That's the recession, you know. In Germany, one person alone handed me a €50 note, which was crazy.
Yeah. That's astonishing, that, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking, Jesus, are they that rich or what are they doing? Or
yeah, I think it was because I had my hair dyed red and they were like, oh, a real Irish person. And they've so many Irish pubs over there and I was doing trad and I think that was it. Not sure.
Yeah, that's mad. Well, it's still a case in Ireland though that people do like to support the Irish music even if they're not able to afford it because, you know, why would they film you?
Oh, definitely. Like, you'd still get an audience, people listening to you and might get a few fans along the way, definitely.
Yeah, and that's obviously, as you're saying, like filming and taking pictures and stuff. So they're definitely still supporting. It's just there's no finance to support the artist. But I definitely you were mentioning about the website. Was it fund.ie?
I think it's fundit.ie.
Fundit.ie, and that's for musicians to check out.
I don't think it's just musicians. I'm not really sure because I haven't checked out the site myself. I think it's also for any type of show or project. So if somebody has a play or a comedy show, something they want to put out there as well. Yeah. Okay. Or an album.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept indeed. Are you still doing the radio presenting at the moment?
I am. I'll be on tomorrow on liveireland.com at 7 o'clock for 2 hours.
And that's all Irish stuff that you play on that one?
Yeah, traditional Irish and a lot of kind of contemporary Irish traditional folk like Africal Census, Tumkila, that sort of thing. We're always looking for new artists to play. Sorry for plugging my own show there. Well, actually, kind of technically get away with that because WDR finishes broadcasting at 7 o'clock. So okay, cool. So I think we're allowed to say that somehow or other. And I suppose, have you played with any artists recently and doing gigs or stuff? No, just Sean, as I was saying, Sean Cray from the Hi-Fi Junkies. So I was doing a few gigs with him, which was fun. Very kind of Pixies-ish. Oh. Poppy grunge. Cool. And what's he like to you're writing songs and stuff? So what's he like to write with? He's great to write with, but it's so weird because I'm used to writing on my own, and I think for the first few weeks writing with somebody new, I have to try to be comfortable with them. Sometimes I might get crazy lyrics into my head, and I'm thinking, oh God, maybe I can't say this. You know, you kind of feel somebody might prejudge you or something, and then when that goes away, it's so cool. You know, just throwing ideas out there. It's good. Jamming. It's interesting when you're collaborating with different artists and stuff, how it works out. And like, is he like, are you doing the lyrics together or separately, or is he doing music and you're doing lyrics? Yeah, we have one song that it was actually half and half, and usually when I've wrote with bands it would be me writing all the lyrics and the melodies and everybody else writing all the background music to that. But we have one that I wrote half the guitar parts and he wrote half, and he actually put some lyrics in himself, which was different. I didn't actually expect that to happen, so that was good. But he's an amazing guitarist. He uses a lot of loop pedals for different effects with vocals and guitars, so it's great. Is this a bit of a Katie Tunstall effect where Jules Holland or something? Yeah, I suppose, except he's a guy. Yeah, big difference there, indeed. So you basically have different verses and stuff of the song written together, or written separately, then put together. Yeah, and then we do have some songs as well that I wrote all the lyrics and all the melodies to, so... Yeah, hopefully when we record I'll send a song in and see what you think anyway, maybe play it. Yeah, that'd be great, yeah. I suppose that's another, it's another concept that we'll be talking about at the Songwriter Club as well. If anyone's interested to come along on Saturday afternoon, the Morgan Hotel
that Sinead has mentioned about people collaborating with each other and working with each other. So it could be a good opportunity to meet some other songwriters, and if you have similar tastes, you might get together and write a song like separate to the actual club by meeting up. So I think it's a really good.
It's brilliant.
It's a good concept, isn't it? So we do hope that people do come along and check it out. And even if you're only writing lyrics or doing a bit of music, or just if you're studying music in any way, or if you're just doing journalism or radio or whatever, just come along. You can come along and you can share ideas about what artists can do and stuff in the industry. So that's what I suppose I wanted to say about all that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell us, what music are you listening to and stuff at the moment?
To myself lately, trying to think. Very, very tasty music. I love a lot of pure pop, like Lady Gaga. The stuff that Red One produced for her, I think, is brilliant. Natalia Kills, also kind of really good dark pop. Lana Del Rey has been getting a lot of backlash recently, but I think she's a really good kind of indie pop artist as well.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to a lot of old grunge, Nirvana, the Pixies, Tom Waits. I'm getting into rockabilly a bit, actually. I found a really good rockabilly night in the Globe on Sunday nights, and I think people can just get up and jam and get up and sing, so I hope to do that this Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's
so okay. Yeah, I kind of listen to everything. I think that's it, really.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way of expressing music. There's a lot of people as well in the music industry. They seem to be writing songs about the government and stuff. Have you thought about doing that?
No,
you haven't thought of it.
I've tried a bit badly to do it.
Yeah. There's a lot of artists doing that at the moment, writing about the government, saying bad stuff, and people seem to be supporting it as well, which is because bands are telling the truth about what's going on and stuff. Which is a really interesting concept. Tell us, is there any hobbies you're doing at the moment? Any new hobbies for the new year?
Oh, like as in New Year's resolutions?
Yes.
Being good things.
Being good things.
Like after my last song, it was just a drink. Not really. I'm trying to go to the gym all the time. I joined a really good gym, and I figured out, I shouldn't say this on radio, but you know those really large member signing fees where they're like, oh yeah, it's €600 to join our gym, that if you really talk them down to, you don't even have to pay it. It's great. You know?
There's a way around it, is there? Okay.
There's a way around everything, so it's great. So myself and a few of my friends have joined a certain gym and going about 6 days a week, which is probably a bit obsessive, but it's brilliant, like, because I've discovered the pool there. I can't swim, terrified of the pool, but I'm going to learn to swim. That's one of my things. Okay,
so that's definitely something interesting to be doing anyway.
Yeah.
Apart from doing all the music and the acting and whatever else do you do. Do you still do blogging and stuff?
I still blog. I have a blog, klaramcdonnell.wordpress.com, but I've stopped vlogging for the moment.
Okay.
As you may have noticed earlier, sometimes I come out with things randomly, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. And I had a lot of vlogs, like video diaries, that were like that. Some of them were about the recession or different things going on in my life, or I might have been a bit down about not having much money, and I put it out there on the internet, and I was getting a lot of good feedback, but some bad. People saying, what on earth are you doing? You know, like, think before you put things to video and put them out there. And the good things about blogs, especially WordPress and Blogspot and all that, is you can edit afterwards, so it's good, you know. But I want to get back to doing vlogs eventually. Just want to think of like more happier things than all the doom and gloom with the recession.
Okay. And so, you're actually putting videos out of what you think, basically, is it? You're making speeches of what you think of.
It was so bad. Like, I didn't drink for 4.5 months last year, so drunk people used to really annoy me on nights out. And I came home at 4 a.m. and I made a video about how annoying drunk people are. And I put it on the internet.
Okay.
Well, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Not in Ireland, no. It was very ranting. Not good.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm going to go back to doing video diaries, maybe about myself as a musician, other musicians, and my acting, things like that, and more positive things, not just ranting.
Yeah, putting up clips of your performance songs and doing
I
stuff
still
like
do that.
Yeah. Doing that is definitely a more positive thing
more
to do.
Positive than ranting.
Absolutely, yeah, indeed.
And I'm vegan as well, and thank God I haven't done any vlogs about being vegan and vegetarianism, because that might just drive some people mental as well.
Indeed. And tell us about, like, you use Twitter quite a bit, do you, and Facebook and stuff?
Yeah, I use Twitter a lot and Facebook a lot. I'm a bit of a Twitter addict, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing how you can communicate with people, isn't it, on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, I have to say I do go maybe 2 or 3 days a week where I don't really use it much. But when I do my own radio show, you're probably tweeting right now, are you?
Well, no, I'm not tweeting right now.
No, okay. When I do my own radio show, I tweet a lot. You know,
Okay.
it's really good for things like that to be really interactive.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell people what's coming up and what you're doing and things like that.
It's good.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed. It's just a great. It's amazing you can use it to try and maybe Twitter to use it to get in touch with celebrities and stuff like that. You might get a comment back if you're lucky.
Yeah, or if you do that when you're drunk and then you remember the next day and they actually reply.
You're going, what were you thinking of doing that for? It is.
You know, Julia Roberts has a brother who's an actor.
Yes, I do.
He's a lot older than her. Eric Roberts, he was in the Killers video, Mr. Brightside. One night I tweeted him all these weird tweets and he actually replied. I was so embarrassed the next day. Yeah.
It's amazing what you can do when you're using the internet and things you can come across.
I'd love Stephen Fry to reply to my tweets. Stephen Fry is brilliant. He's my favourite person on Twitter.
Yeah, favourite comedian,
So
is he
funny.
kind of actor? Yeah. Jeez, that's quite kind of amazing now to think of that. But anyway, you're going to come along to the Songwriter Club on Saturday, aren't you?
Definitely, I'm very excited about it. I'm going to bring a few people with me as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll have to blog about it and tweet about it.
Do indeed. And
vlog, actually. That will be a positive vlog.
yeah, blog about that, yeah.
I'll do a vlog about that. A nice 30-second positive thing about it. It was
Good
great,
stuff,
yeah.
indeed. So I know you probably don't know that much about it or whatever, but do you think is there anything you think you're going to get out of it? Or you're going to look forward to meeting lots of different people? Like I suppose it's like Ballyfermot Rocks gathering people together, isn't it?
Oh God, there's going to be so much I'm going to get for it because I studied music in the Ballyfermot Rock College, but I haven't really been as much in the music scene as I'd like to be the last few years because I lived in Germany for 2 years, and then when I came back, I've mostly been acting. So it's going to be a great experience talking to other people, getting their viewpoints on how to get gigs again and that sort of thing. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Like people have they have different ways about going about different things, which is really interesting. You get to hear some interesting stories as well. So it's absolutely fascinating to get to
Will
see.
people be bringing guitars or ukuleles with them? Or
I don't think so. It'd be interesting now. I know there's a member of Them Fools has a ukulele. We love to hear a bit of that now. That'd be hilarious. But I suppose it's a really interesting concept to have people from different backgrounds talking about their music and how they go about it, and obviously like we're hoping to have.
Actually, I think IMRO used to run things like that years ago because I did go to a few seminars, but I don't think they're still going on. So it's great to have something like that.
They still IMRO still actually have seminars going because I do get emails about it and stuff from Keith Johnson, I think, in IMRO. I think they're doing something with they're doing a seminar in February. I think the first week of February, and she's actually an American singer. Pamela Olander or something is her name.
Yeah.
And I think Geraldine Mangan is friends with her. So I think if Geraldine's around on the day, she'd probably give us some information. I have it written up on notes, so we'll probably explain that on Saturday. I will explain that to people. There is IMRO seminars and stuff as well. You can check out, and I know as well that the music show is going to be on in the RDS.
Oh yeah.
That's on in February, actually, the end of Feb, the 25th and the 26th. They actually cancelled it. Back in October. I think there was funding issues or something. I didn't get the whole story behind that.
Do you know what? I've never been to it. I think it's the type of thing I'd have to have a tiny bit of money with me. My birthday's that month. That's what I'll do. Yes, because you just want to buy stuff at it, wouldn't you? I suppose there's all stands at it.
Yeah, there does be stands and stuff at it, and I think like you're paying 16 or 20 euro to get in, and then you're trying to get there's all the music shops and colleges and 2FM do be there and IMRO and all. So I mean, there's a chance to get advice there and stuff on different things like that. So as I say, we will be putting stuff up on the Songwriter Club page and all various things like that as well. So do check that out. Indeed. What's your future plans with the music anyway?
Well, last year I had so many acting things on. I think this year is finally get an album of my own songs recorded. Record an album with Sean of our band songs. Our recording name for that is Hypno Puppet, which is a bit of a mad name.
That's our band name, no?
Yeah, that's our band
name. Band. Okay.
Hypno Puppet. And so get those two projects kind of fully finished recording. That'd be a big thing.
Okay, yeah. That's an interesting things that you have to do. And then obviously, is there more acting on the way or is it
there's always acting stuff, I suppose, yeah. Constantly auditioning for things and then hearing back about other things that are put in festivals and
And do you just find stuff then on the internet about that?
Actually, for any actors listening, there's loads of sites that you can go to, like crookedhouse.ie. There's a forum there that's really helpful for actors. Filmmakers Network.ie is another good one.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's loads of good websites like that. And then through word of mouth, and then sometimes I get a call or text off somebody saying, hi, I'd like you to be in my short film. And I don't even have to audition. That's really nice.
And now that is hilarious. Yeah. People just know of your credibility, do they? And they give you a call and go, you might be interested in this.
No, but it's nice. In some ways, it's really horrible how small Ireland is. And in some ways, it's brilliant, you know. But those two websites I mentioned are very helpful for people.
Yeah. Do you actually have on your blog a list of websites for people to go to?
I do. On my own blog on klaramcdonnell.wordpress.com, on the right hand side, I have a few websites, and I should have more for different musicians and actors to help themselves find work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting indeed. Well, so there's a link then. You mentioned about the blog. Have you got other... I know there's a MySpace page. People don't really use that anymore and stuff.
God, do you still use MySpace?
Not really, no.
I use it to listen to bands, but my own band profile I haven't updated in about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. It's amazing the way the concept of MySpace is kind of gone, isn't it?
I think people are using it as a bandwagon.
Yeah, there's a few... we'll probably mention that as well at the Songwriter Club. There is websites like Breaking Tunes and Reverb Nation and things like that. So I know you have a Facebook page, don't you, and stuff?
My Facebook page uses Reverb Nation, actually.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it comes up on the band page thing and stuff, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Well, thanks very much, Klara, for coming in this week.
Thank you for having me again.
No problem indeed, and we look forward to chatting to you soon.
Yay, thanks a million.
No problem indeed.